For millennia, humanity has asked, where are we? The answer is written on our maps. These lines and shapes are more than geography. They're the record of our curiosity and courage to explore. From mythical monsters at the world's edge to today's satellite imagery, maps chart our journey from fear to knowledge. Each new map challenged what we knew, daring us to discover more. So, join me as we trace the story of how we drew the world, and, in doing so, discovered ourselves. Our story begins with myth, not science. The earliest maps, like the Babylonian Imago Mundi, were cosmic diagrams, flat discs surrounded by mysterious waters, blending geography and theology. The Greeks changed everything. Anaximander and Hecataeus began mapping the world through observation, not just tradition. They pieced together Europe, Asia, and Libya, surrounded by a great ocean, a radical idea for their time. Then came philosophers like Plato and Aristotle, who argued for a spherical Earth based on logic and observation. This leap transformed the world from a flat stage to a globe, setting the stage for mathematical mapping. Eratosthenes measured Earth's circumference with remarkable accuracy, turning the planet into a knowable sphere. The world now had size and boundaries, a pivotal shift. This tradition culminated with Claudius Ptolemy in Alexandria. His Geographia compiled all known locations, introduced latitude and longitude, and created a grid to project the globe onto a flat page. Ptolemy's maps were flawed, but his rational mathematical framework changed everything. For the first time, the world was depicted as data points, not just stories. Mapping became a scientific model, a claim to knowledge and power. To map the world was to assert that it could be understood and ordered. But with Rome's fall, much of this knowledge faded in Europe. Symbolic TO maps replaced scientific ones, centering faith over exploration. Yet Ptolemy's work survived in the Arab world, waiting to inspire a new age. The first chapter closes, the world measured, but soon forgotten. The seeds of scientific cartography were planted, ready to sprout again. The journey from myth to measurement had begun, and the world would never look the same. The next revolution was just over the horizon. The map was about to become a tool for discovery, not just description. The age of exploration was coming, the world was about to get much bigger, and the map would lead the way. For centuries, Ptolemy's world was forgotten in Europe until the Renaissance. Rediscovered and printed, his Geographia reignited curiosity and ambition. At the same time, new ships and navigational tools let sailors venture into the unknown. Maps became state secrets. Portugal and Spain guarded their master charts, knowing that knowledge was power. Explorers and cartographers became partners, each voyage filling in the map's blank spaces. Columbus sailed west, guided by Ptolemy's errors, and stumbled onto a new world. The Cantino planisphere captured this moment of upheaval. Europe and Africa mapped, the Americas emerging, and vast voids remaining. In 1507, Martin Waldseemüller's map named America, and depicted it as a separate continent, breaking from the old world view. The psychological impact was huge. The world was bigger, stranger, and more connected than ever imagined. The age of discovery became a feedback loop. Explorers expanded the map, and new maps inspired more exploration. Here be dragons faded, replaced by coastlines and names. The world was being charted, claimed, and connected. Each new map was a leap into the unknown, redrawing the boundaries of possibility. The partnership of exploration and cartography transformed the globe. The map was now a tool for action, not just imagination. The unknown was shrinking, and the world was coming into focus. The next challenge: measuring the world with precision. The quest for accuracy would drive the next revolution in mapping. The age of rough sketches was ending. The scientific era of cartography was about to begin. The world was ready to be measured, not just discovered. The map would become an instrument of science. The journey continued, ever outward. The blank spaces were calling, and humanity was ready to answer. The map was our guide. The age of discovery gave us the continent's outlines, but maps were still rough and unreliable. Latitude was easy to find, but longitude remained a mystery. Without it, sailors were lost at sea. The solution required knowing the time at two places simultaneously, but clocks failed on ships. While inventors chased the perfect clock, Gerardus Mercator revolutionized navigation with his 1569 map. The Mercator projection distorted landmasses, but made straight-line navigation possible, a game-changer for sailors. Maps became scientific instruments, not just pictures. On land, triangulation allowed for precise national surveys, like the Cassini family's detailed map of France. Cartography became systematic and mathematical, Using teams of surveyors and specialized tools, maps now showed roads, rivers, and even buildings, an inventory of the nation. Accurate maps empowered governments for military strategy, taxes, infrastructure, and control. To map was to rule. Finally, John Harrison's marine chronometer solved the longitude problem. With his clock, captains could pinpoint their position anywhere on Earth. The last barrier to global navigation fell. The world was now fully measurable. The map had become a tool of precision and power. Science and technology had transformed exploration. The age of heroic guesswork was over. The world was mapped, measured, and managed. But the map's power was just beginning. The next frontier, filling in the continent's empty spaces. The quest for knowledge pressed ever inward. The map would soon shape not just discovery, but destiny. The blank spaces were about to disappear. The world was ready to be known. By the 1800s, coastlines were mapped, but the interiors of continents remained blank. The 19th century became a race to fill these voids, driven by curiosity, science, and empire. Maps became tools and trophies of imperialism. To map was to claim. Explorers like Lewis and Clark charted the American West. Their maps acts of possession as much as discovery. In Africa, figures like Livingstone and Stanley mapped rivers and mountains. Their journeys celebrated but also entwined with conquest. Making these maps was grueling. Explorers relied on local guides, braved harsh conditions, and carried delicate instruments. Their maps often replaced indigenous names and drew artificial borders, shaping future nations and conflicts. The romance of exploration masked a harsh reality. Maps enabled colonization, resource extraction, and control. By the 20th century, most blanks were filled. The Nile, Amazon, and Congo charted, the interiors of continents mapped. The final frontiers were the poles, the last great acts of heroic cartography. The world, it seemed, was finally mapped, but a new perspective was about to change everything. The sky, and soon, space, would become the new vantage point. The map was about to evolve again. Technology would take mapping to new heights. The age of terrestrial exploration was ending. The age of aerial and digital mapping was about to begin. The world was ready for a new kind of map. The journey was far from over. The map's story continued. As terrestrial exploration ended, the sky became our new vantage point. Airplanes brought aerial photography, revolutionizing mapmaking with unprecedented detail. During the World Wars, maps became weapons. Photo reconnaissance revealed enemy positions and shaped strategy. Afterward, these techniques mapped remote areas for science, planning, and development. The next leap came with satellites. Sputnik's launch in 1957 let us see Earth from space. Satellite imagery showed our planet as a single, interconnected system. Programs like Landsat scanned the globe, mapping not just geography but Earth's vital signs. Cartography became a science of the whole planet. Then came GPS, satellites providing instant, precise location anywhere on Earth. Navigation was democratized. Anyone could find their way with a device in their hand. The convergence of satellite imagery, GPS, and the internet led to Google Earth. Suddenly, anyone could explore a dynamic 3D model of the planet from their desktop or phone. The map became a living, real-time dataset showing traffic, weather, and even social trends. We all became cartographers, contributing data and shaping our collective picture of the world. From clay tablets to digital globes, our journey has been extraordinary. The map is now a tool for understanding, not just finding our way. It reveals patterns, connections, and the pulse of our planet. The quest to answer, where are we, continues, with ever more powerful tools. The map's evolution mirrors our own. We are still exploring, just in new ways. The world is mapped, but never finished. The journey goes on. The history of cartography is a testament to our curiosity and ingenuity. We replaced monsters with mountains, myths with knowledge. Each map was a hypothesis, tested by explorers who risked everything. In filling the blanks, we connected humanity into a single world. Maps wove trade, culture, and knowledge across continents, creating our global civilization. Today, as we face challenges like climate change, real-time mapping is more vital than ever. The map remains our most powerful tool for understanding and navigating our future. It's the shared language of our planet. What era of mapmaking fascinates you most? Let us know in the comments. For more journeys through history, subscribe and hit the bell. If you enjoyed this voyage, please like and share. Thank you for watching.